Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly, not weekly, excuse me, I'm used to saying that. Welcome to your monthly love reading. The first ever reading just on love for Geminis on this channel. So we're going to focus on love here for the month of September. I'm still doing the weekly readings, so be sure if you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification button, do that, and then you'll get a notice when the reading is up for Gemini for the first week of September for career and personal life and all that stuff. So let's see, beginning part of the month for Gemini, mid-month. I'm doing 5 cards, so the first 2 cards are going to be the beginning of, the first 2 cards are going to be the beginning of the month. And the last 2 cards are going to be the end of the month. See, guys, one of the things that I want is better equipment for these readings. So I'm not knocking over things. I'm not working on my phone and flimsy little tripods. But it's tough when you do a lot of, like, free work, right? It's hard to have money to invest. So if you can help me out on Patreon, that would be amazing. There's all kinds of benefits, so check that out if you can. It will help me have better equipment and make better content for you all, if that is something you're able to do. So Gemini, the beginning of the week, you have Ace of Cups. When Ace of Cups comes up, it's basically going to be a new emotional opportunity or something being offered, which is really interesting because I do like one little love card reading that comes up for each sign. And last week's for Gemini, I remember somebody was coming in and making you all an offer, and as I recall, it was somebody very, very traditional. But I would say overall, even if you turned down that offer, Ace of Cups is a cup that's overflowing, so there may be more than one offer coming in, or there could just be that you just have a lot of love that is just pouring out of your heart right now, and so you're therefore attracting love. Again, guys, I don't know, intuitively these cards come up at different times and they mean different things to me at different times, because different times Spirit will draw my attention to specific aspects of the card, and other times it doesn't draw my attention to that aspect. And in this case, they're showing me, or they're having me pay attention to the fish. I've used this deck many times. I've seen this card many times. I don't typically focus on the fish, but they're having me focus on the fish right now. So I feel that for some of you, something is happening with fertility, okay? Like those of you who really have been wanting romance, but for you, you're also associating romance with children or having kids. You might be meeting someone where this is going to be a possibility, or you might be meeting somebody who's going to help you overcome some obstacle or stick by you as you're overcoming some like fertility obstacle. But for other ones of you, because this is a general reading and it's going to be different things for different ones of you, it's just like a new and rewarding emotional experience might be coming in the beginning of the month for a lot of the Geminis. So as you're getting closer to the mid-month, you have moving forward. So whatever is being handed to you, you might be taking it and running with it. For others of you, you might be running away from it, depending on what it is. Like, because not all Geminis want, like, stability right now. Maybe you're wanting something a little bit more like you're still in the wild child mode, which is possible and which is also okay. What you have mid-month, this is like a celebration. This is like a coming together. This could be a wedding, not necessarily your wedding. It could be attending a wedding where you're meeting somebody for some of you. I have also heard it be said that this card could be returning to the place of one's birth. So maybe some of you are traveling back to where you grew up, and maybe you're reconnecting with some childhood friends or people from the past, and there might be romance that's rekindling there. Maybe for some of you, you begin to plan a trip mid-September. Maybe you're not going mid-September, but you're planning a trip because this new person, you want them to see where you kind of come from. And you might be saying, hey, we should go sometime. And hey, if we did go, when would you want to go? And, for some of you, maybe a new person is taking you to meet friends and family, or you're taking them to meet your friends and family. For some of you who are in an existing relationship, this could be where there is talk of, going deeper in the relationship or establishing more of a sense of home. I feel for some of you this has to do with establishing more of a sense of home. So if you're not living together already, you may be talking about that. If there aren't kids, like I was saying, there's something here with like kids, maybe you're talking about like starting a family. For some of you, that family may be just, getting a couple of little fur babies, a couple of little doggies or kitties. But for some of you, it might be really beginning to plan on getting rooted, getting settled in with someone. Your approaching later of the week is King of Wands, okay? So this could be a lot of passion. It could be a lot of passion coming into a relationship, where you might be, those of you who are single, you might be meeting like a passionate new lover. Those of you who are in a relationship, you might be tempted by someone, or you might be, tempting someone who's in a relationship. That could sometimes happen with this card. For other ones of you, you're dealing with a fire sign. So you're an air sign, you might be dealing with a fire sign. So this could be a fire sign coming in. The thing with the King of Wands is, he's not going to give you a whole lot of time to make up your mind. You may be the King of Wands, some of you. They're not going to give you a whole lot of time to make up your mind. They know what they want. They want action. They move fairly quickly. So for some of you, there might be some kind of ultimatum coming in. Your outcome for September, I don't do reversals, is Two of Cups. So this is like a fulfilling, balanced relationship. So maybe for some of you, you're being offered some kind of like, emotional relationship, right? And you're like, oh, yikes, I don't know about that. I still want to have fun. Fire energy, hot passion. Fire energy, hot passion. Because these cards can mean different things, and then you might say, you know what, no, I want the stability. I want the emotional connection. So you may circle back and say, okay, you know what, I've thought about it and I'm ready to be more serious with you. Or I'm ready to think more about commitment. This is a general reading. These cards can mean different things and they're going to apply to us in different ways. So make sure that you check out your moon sign and your rising sign, because they're going to be different and they might add more layers. Also check out the pick a card reading, which is already done. That might give you more information on love life and what might be happening or what might be blocking you for some of you. And let's see here. So I feel overall, looking at the story here in the cards, some of you also, what might be happening is you have a new relationship coming in, but before you can accept the offer, or before you can decide on if you want to take the offer, you have something you have to get out of your system. There might be just somebody that you've been, lusting after, or there could be an ex where you had a very passionate connection with. There seems to be something that some of you have to resolve, but then you're kind of going back to the initial offer. So you're starting off the month one way, you're going in another direction, and at the end of the month you're circling back to whatever it was, and you're saying, okay, you know what, like, let's do this. So for some of you, you're going to recommit to someone. Like, say you're in a relationship, you might be thinking about breaking up, and then you're going to like recommit, or like, just say, okay, you know what, I'm in this, I'm going to do this for real. For other ones of you, it's going to be a new relationship altogether, but you might be on the fence about it for a while. And then you decide that, you know what, I want to do it, I'm ready to do it. It's going to be different for different ones of you. So let me know if you feel like you need a private reading. Sometimes you need a private reading, reach out and let me know. I have discount readings available on Patreon for those who are able to pledge monthly. For those of you who are able to pledge just starting at $2 a month, I am going to have a live readings on there where I go live and people can jump on and they can ask me personal reading question and I can pull a card for you. I will also do that once a month on my AmethystAngelLight page, but the difference is that on AmethystAngelLight it's public, so your friends and family might see the questions in the news feed, whereas on Patreon it's private, so only the Patreon members can see what you're asking me. And unless your friends and family are on my Patreon donation list, they're not going to see what you're asking me. So it's a little bit more private, which is helpful, which is beneficial, and that's patreon.com/AmethystAngelLight. I do a card of the day. I do a pick a card each day on AmethystAngelLight Facebook and Instagram, so be sure to follow that as well. And I'm going to do the reading for Gemini for the week ahead, for the first week of September, for career, personal relationships, and things of that nature. So be sure to subscribe and hit notifications so you get a notification when that is up and ready as well. Thank you so much, Gemini. I'm excited for you. Big changes. Don't be a stranger. Hopefully I'll see you for the weekly reading for September, and in between now and next week, hopefully I'll see you around at AmethystAngelLight Facebook and Instagram. Take care.